Ladies and gentlemen, you might know what you're looking at, but you will probably don't know how to utilize these tools. These are the tools of what I call Zolar craft. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. An entity, that which I call Zolar, has shown me many things over the course of the years. And this entity has also allowed me to learn many things that exist in this plane of consciousness, including the utilization of these tools. These are scribing tools, and the tools that you just saw previously were mechanical drawing tools. And it showed me how to utilize these tools by allowing me to get an education in the field of the aviation industry, aka I am a licensed jet mechanic for the Federal Aviation Administration, and here in fact is my license that allows me to sign a piece of paper that says you can fly on an airplane that I fixed. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm a licensed A&P mechanic for the Federal Aviation Administration. And what that has brought to me is the understanding that in fact on the obverse and reverse of the $1 bill is a picture or pictograph or series of pictographs that represent the Ark of the Covenant. And to prove my point to you, I want you to follow along closely where I am going to place my pointer, and I'm going to show you a series of alignment marks that appear on the edges of the $1 bill. And here is the first set of alignment marks located directly above the apex of the pyramid are 4 alignment marks just off the line that which I call the poles of shittim wood that hold the Ark of the Covenant. There are 6 sets of 4 alignment marks. Here is the first set. Here is the second set. Here is the third set. Here is the fourth set. Here is the fifth set. Here is the sixth set. On the opposite side of the bill, or the bottom of the bill, is another set of 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 more sets of 4 alignment marks. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. And those alignment marks were placed on the $1 bill in order that the people of this world, when the information was finally brought to them, could make 3-dimensional constructs from the pictures and glyphs, ideograms, and pictographs that appear on the obverse and reverse of the $1 bill. And I have told you that even the most complex series of pictographs in the known universe appear on the reverse of the $1 bill and in fact on the obverse of the $1 bill. And I am about to prove this to you from a different methodology altogether. But first of all, you know that the Lord God is the Alpha and the Omega. He is the beginning and the end. And if in fact all of this that I say is true, and the Lord God wanted to represent itself here on earth, it would show you an Alpha and an Omega. And in fact, ladies and gentlemen, there is an Omega sign on the $1 bill. And because you have never seen it before, doesn't mean it doesn't exist. And here it is, ladies and gentlemen. There's the Omega sign on the obverse of the $1 bill. Not only is the Omega sign on the obverse of the $1 bill, but George Washington represents the Alpha, aka the Lord God is represented as George Washington, as the Alpha being the first president, and the Omega meaning that he will be the last president to appear on the $1 bill. And proof of this is that I have repeatedly said that Obama will be the last president of our free nation. Are these 2 candy canes located at either side of George Washington's head. Each one of these candy canes has 4 dashes on the candy cane. When you look at this for yourself in real life with a magnifying glass, you will see that the number of dashes is 4 on one candy cane on each side. So you have 44, the number is represented. However, if you take the $1 bill and draw lines from another set of alignment marks that appear on the obverse of the $1 bill, from this black V right here, there's an alignment mark, to the apex right here, to the other alignment mark at the bottom, what you're going to find, ladies and gentlemen, is that this alignment mark to this point that runs just at the outside edge of the omega symbol is a 44-degree angle. 44-degree angle. It's that way for a specific reason, ladies and gentlemen. Not only does that exist in and of itself as a specific measurement, but this measurement right here, aka the height of the omega symbol, either from the base of the omega symbol to the mantle at the top of George Washington's head, or to the outside line that runs along the perimeter, that measurement is identical to this measurement here that appears from the outside edge of the Ark of the Covenant to the inside arc of the seed pod known as the evil seed of death, and also the same measurement that appears from the outside edge of the Ark of the Covenant to the seed pod that appears as the God pod. And that this measurement here, which is the measurement of the God pod, the diameter of the God pod, of course is the same measurement as the diameter of the evil seed of death, although in height they are off approximately 1/100th of an inch. There's a reason for that that's described in great detail in my book. These are not circles. These are egg-shaped spheres. It looks like a sphere, but it's not a sphere. It's an egg, which is why I call them the God pod, which would bring the ability for regeneration of life. And in this case, as you well know, everything inside the God pod represents life, and the evil seed of death, everything in the evil seed of death emanates death, including the picture of Satan. But that this measurement, aka the diameter of the evil seed of death and or the God pod, is identical to the width of George Washington's omega symbol that appears on the front of the $1 bill or the obverse of the $1 bill. There are several thousand such similarities. As I said before, even the width of the omega symbol right here is also the measurement between the center of the reverse of the $1 bill and the outside edge of either seed pod. Now, it is like that for a specific reason. However, inside the book, it took me 1,990 pages to describe this type of thing. Also, there is a complex series of pictographs that align themselves with the various rays that appear on the reverse and obverse of the $1 bill this way, but also the measurements that appear in a radial method around the God pod and the evil seed of death. So all of these lines that I have shown you in previous videos and or now, all of the lines that you see that appear to be a random drawing around the back, front, sides, and what I call the ether of the universe, that which the faces of the seraphim appear to be looking at from any direction, aka two faces you can see clearly here, and the two faces that you can see clearly here that are faces of men but not men. These faces that appear, as well as the faces of the bullock or the oxen that appear when you arc the bills just right, like so. The faces become more pronounced if there is a 15-degree rolling arc. The faces of the bullock and or oxen, because if you look at the faces from the side that I have depicted now, aka the side of the evil seed of death, and you turn them one way or the other, these faces appear to be slightly different on either end, because there is a face of an oxen and a face of a bullock depicted from encyclopedia type depictions. And ladies and gentlemen, at this point in time, I'm going to tell you that this is Michael Fazio from the Florida Keys, saying thank you for listening to my dissertation, because this is brought to you